The year is 2025. A pall of smoke hangs heavy in the air, a grim reminder of the inferno that has swept across the Californian landscape. What began as a flicker of flame, fueled by dry winds and parched earth, quickly escalated into a raging monster, consuming everything in its wake. The Golden State, known for its sunshine and celebrity glamour, now faces a disaster of unprecedented scale. Homes, businesses, and dreams lie in ruins, victims of the relentless fury of the wildfires. The fires, with names like Eaton, Woodley, and Kenneth, spread with terrifying speed, driven by the Santa Ana winds. From the canyons of Pacific Palisades to the hills of Malibu, the flames danced a deadly waltz, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. Over 100,000 people were forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge in shelters and the kindness of strangers. The numbers are staggering, painting a grim picture of the disaster's magnitude. Over 10,100 structures reduced to ashes, 57,000 acres of land scorched, and countless lives forever altered. Fatalities have now been reported, and there's no end in sight. The world watched in horror as the news unfolded, the images of the inferno seared into the collective consciousness. The California wildfires of 2025 became a stark reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of life, even for those who seem to have it all. I'm sure you've heard the news. Among the victims of this disaster are those who live in the public eye, their lives often the subject of fascination and scrutiny. Celebrities, often perceived as living in a world of privilege and immunity, found themselves facing the same terror and loss as their fellow Californians. Their homes, symbols of success and sanctuary, were not spared from the fire's wrath. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, the beloved actress known for her comedic timing, watched in disbelief as her home, a place filled with laughter and family memories, was consumed by the flames. Mel Gibson, the Oscar-winning actor and director, saw his Malibu retreat and escape from the pressures of Hollywood reduced to rubble. The stories are as numerous as the stars who call California home, each one a poignant reminder that in the face of such devastation, we are all vulnerable. For these individuals, the loss goes beyond the material. It's the irreplaceable items, the photos, the letters, the trinkets that held sentimental value, that sting the most. It's the feeling of violation, of having their private sanctuaries invaded and destroyed, that leaves an invisible scar. As the flames advanced, a mass exodus began. Celebrities, like millions of others, packed their most prized possessions, gathered their loved ones, and fled their homes, uncertain of what the future held. The evacuation routes were choked with cars, a slow-moving river of fear and uncertainty. Mario Lopez, the TV host known for his infectious energy, found himself navigating his family through the chaos, the gravity of the situation etched on his face. Molly Sims, the model and actress, shared the anxiety of countless parents, her focus on the safety of her children above all else. Even amidst the fear and uncertainty, there was a sense of shared humanity, of everyone facing the same threat, their usual differences rendered meaningless. The evacuation centers, hastily set up in schools and community halls, became temporary homes to people from all walks of life. Celebrities found themselves standing shoulder to shoulder with their fans, united by a shared sense of displacement and uncertainty. In those moments of shared vulnerability, the lines blurred, and the human toll of the disaster came into sharp focus. Section 4. Through the Eyes of the Stars. Personal accounts of loss and resilience. The California wildfires of 2025 were not just a news story, they were a deeply personal experience for those who lived through them. Celebrities, used to sharing their lives with the world, took to social media not to promote their latest projects, but to share their experiences, their fears, and their hopes. Spencer Pratt, known for his reality TV persona, shared a raw and emotional video on TikTok, the terror evident in his voice as he filmed his home being consumed by flames. It was a stark reminder that behind the carefully constructed images, celebrities are real people, experiencing the same raw emotions as everyone else. Melissa Rivers, still grieving the loss of her mother, Joan Rivers, found herself facing another devastating blow. Her home, filled with precious memories, reduced to ashes. Her story, shared with heartbreaking honesty, resonated with many who had also experienced the pain of losing irreplaceable pieces of their past. Section 5. The emotional scars of the blaze. The California wildfires left an indelible mark on the landscape and the hearts of those who call it home. The physical damage, though significant, is only part of the story. The emotional toll, the invisible scars left by fear, loss, and uncertainty will continue to be felt long after the flames have been extinguished and the rebuilding has begun. Paris Hilton, the businesswoman and socialite, shared her grief over the loss of her Malibu home, her voice tinged with sadness as she surveyed the charred remains. Her story, like so many others, highlights the emotional roller coaster experienced by those who lost their homes, the initial shock giving way to sadness, anger, and eventually a determination to rebuild. Mandy Moore, the actress and singer, expressed her shock and numbness, her words reflecting the surreal experience of seeing familiar places, her children's school, her local restaurants reduced to rubble. The fires disrupted not just homes, but routines, communities, and that intangible sense of place that provides comfort and stability. Section 6. Unity in the face of disaster. A community rebuilds. In the aftermath of the fires, a different kind of story began to emerge, one of resilience, compassion, and community. Neighbors helped neighbors, strangers offered food and shelter, and donations poured in from across the country. Jamie Lee Curtis, using her platform for good, became a vocal advocate for emergency preparedness. Her work with the American Red Cross highlighting the importance of being prepared for the unexpected. Her efforts, along with countless others, underscored the power of collective action in times of crisis. The rebuilding process will be long and arduous, but amidst the ashes, there are already signs of hope. The spirit of California, a spirit of innovation, resilience, and a belief in the power of community, is stronger than ever. Section 7. Hope flickers amidst the ashes. The California wildfires of 2025 were a tragedy, a stark reminder of the power of nature and the unpredictability of life. But even in the face of such devastation, the human spirit shines through. The stories of loss are heartbreaking, but they are also stories of resilience, of community, and of the enduring power of hope. From the ashes of this disaster, a renewed appreciation for life, for connection, and for the importance of cherishing every moment will emerge. The road to recovery will be long, but California, with its indomitable spirit, will rebuild, stronger and more resilient than ever before. The wildfires may have left their mark, but they could not extinguish the spirit of hope that burns bright within the human heart.